Hey guys, Sean at Top 5 Fit. We're training fit your life. A while back we did a video on juice extractors, two models in particular. The Angel is a double masticating, machined, all of the material gets forced through gears, and compressed to a point where the pulp is extremely fine. And a Breville, very powerful gravity-fed blades that ultimately shred the material and then kind of sling the juice to the sides where it comes into a collector and then gathers into your cup. Well, there's a third contender in town. After doing some research and trying to find something that was a little bit more geared to my processes in the morning and what I want to actually get out of doing and creating juices. If you're going to take the time to actually do all of this prep work and make juicing a part of your life, you obviously want the health benefits that come along with it. But as with most things in fitness, those health benefits don't come unless you are consistent. So I wanted something that could actually work with my morning routine and at the same time give me the volume of juice that I was comfortable with, and the overall process of cleaning and putting away was relatively easy, which brings me to the Omega. This is a recipe that I kind of started off with and evolved to my own taste. As you could tell earlier, I really like garlic. If you're going to start with garlic, I recommend using maybe 1 or 2 cloves. It is very potent and can light you up pretty quickly. So I've gotten used to it over time, and I really don't care about offending people with garlic smell, so I'm up to about 4 cloves. And it also mentally makes me feel better because I do consume beef, and garlic just incinerates cholesterol as it runs through your bloodways. Apples. Those, obviously, juice, flavor cutter, makes things kind of taste a little bit sweet, and then all the antioxidants that you get along with that. Lemons, citrus fruit. Now, real quick, you can see me kind of taking the blade and going around the edge of the fruit and peeling off as much of that rind as I can. You really want to make sure you don't get too much of that through the juicer because it is extremely bitter. Those oils are potent and they will change the taste of the juice. And remember, you need to be able to do this over and over and over again. So if you don't like it, you won't do it. Ginger root. We've all heard numerous health benefits of ginger: anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It's almost the fountain of youth in a root. Well, one thing a lot of people don't know is it can be frozen. So I cut it into these knuckle-sized pieces so they're ready to go. Carrots. Now, for some reason, they're on sale right now. So you can buy a bag of carrots like this for, literally $1.25 per. In terms of the process and keeping things smooth and easy, the size is perfect. You literally just kind of open the bag, drop them out, take as many as you want, and then move forward. They also provide a lot of good rough fiber to help move things through. So, horseradish root. Now, one thing I can tell you, and some of you are kind of gasping at the idea of putting horseradish in juice, the bitterness that usually comes along with this does not translate through juicing the same way it does if you're eating all of the fiber. So you take a mouthful of horseradish and you're tearing up and you can't breathe. Well, it's not like that when you're extracting the juice out of the root for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but it's a little bit more mild. Again, keeping the citrus count nice and high, vitamin C count nice and high. Here's a lime, and we really, again, try to get that rind out of there. Now, personally, I don't know which is worse, the lime peel or the lemon peel if you accidentally get it through the juicer. The lime peel is definitely bitter, it's very strong, and it will kind of cover any and all flavor that you wanted to try to experience or enjoy from the juice the minute it actually goes through. So really work hard to make sure that doesn't happen. In terms of volume, now, one thing I noticed with the other juicers were I was only getting about maybe 12 ounces of fluid, and at 250 pounds, if I'm not able to fill up a protein shaker, I really don't want to go through the effort of even juicing. So 22, 24 ounces is what I'd like to see, but you're going to use a ridiculous amount of greens to try to get to that volume. I mean, you might as well have a small garden out back just to dedicate to that. Things like ruby red grapefruits provide a lot of juice, so you're getting the volume that you're actually looking for by adding that in. Apple cider vinegar to aid in digestion, bring up the acidity count, and then of course our kale. Now, after rinsing the leaves, there was a point where I would actually go after chopped kale in the bags, and the problem with that is, and I know it seems like it's more convenient, but that's a lot of surface area that can break down and you don't necessarily know it's breaking down. Whereas the entire leaf here, you give it a once over after you rinse it, and I just cut the brown off of the stalk. There's a lot of juice in that stalk, so I'm not peeling the stalk out of there. But it's much easier to pull out the things that, as you can see some yellowing here, it's much easier to pull out rotten leaves. So we got our gears going forward, and it's time to start feeding things through. And one of the, I guess, shining factors about this is it's pretty tough. Like, you don't have to be super gentle with moving things through. You can kind of jam them in. By the way, this is the leftover part of the horseradish root, because there is a plunger that comes along with it to help move things through, but of course I forgot that. The horseradish root just happens to be the perfect circumference and helps guide things down. And you're not pounding things through the gears. I mean, you do want to not put too much pressure in, because you can still break it. But, I definitely put a little bit of force behind it. I'm not chopping things up so fine that that's a 45-minute process in and of itself. It's just a matter of get it in, get it through. Once everything's all said and done, this is what the pulp looks like. It's pretty fine, and I've actually got a raised garden bed in the back, and every ounce of this will just go right in it. Okay, time for the moment of truth. I do like to pour the juice back and forth between my mixer and the catch container for the Omega. And that's just to make sure that you don't run into a pure pocket of ginger or garlic juice or something like that, because that can be kind of life-changing if it happens. So make sure everything is mixed nice and smooth and you're ready to go. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure and hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button as well as the notification button, because there will be more videos to come. Have a good one.